Hello everyone and welcome to Book Nook, an online book club brought to you by Forsyth County Public Library. My name is Miss Leanne and I work at the Sharon Forks Library. This book club is designed to give you guys a chance to tell us what you're reading and for us to give you an opportunity to share some of our favorite books from a certain series or genre or author. Today I want to share with you some books from my favorite genre, which is fantasy. The fantasy genre has a really special element that is the same throughout, and that is magic. So if you read a fantasy novel, you will probably encounter magical settings like an enchanted forest or a cursed castle. You may encounter magical creatures like elves or fairies, dragons, animals that talk, or you may encounter people that actually can do magic. Like wizards, which brings me to my first book that I want to share. And all of these books that I'm sharing are in the fantasy genre, but they're also classical books and they're also part of a series. So the first one is a really popular one. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this one or seen this one or even read this one. And it is this one right here. Harry Potter. The Harry Potter series is, of course, a very popular one. It has several in the series. This one happens to be the first one. It's called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This one is all about introducing you to young Harry, who when you first meet him, he's quite miserable. He's being raised by his aunt and uncle, and he's not happy until he actually gets an invitation to attend Hogwarts, a very prestigious magical school. When he gets there, he meets up with best friends Hermione and Ron, and together they encounter all kinds of magical, strange creatures and get into an epic battle. Now, throughout the story, Harry discovers the true story of his parents and kind of unleashes his whole destiny in the world of magic. So this one again, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, it's by J.K. Rowling. It's a great story. If you've always wanted to start this series, or if you would like to reread this one because it's one of your favorites, you can download this story along with the others on our Overdrive app. So if you go to our website, www.forsythpl.org, and go to the eKids app, you will find the Overdrive for Kids, and you can find this book along with the others in the series there. All right, so let's move on to the next book I want to share with you. This one is one of my all-time favorites. It is called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now this again is a classic, and it's also one that's part of a series. The series is The Chronicles of Narnia. The author is C.S. Lewis. Now this book, the characters include 4 children, 2 brothers, and 2 sisters who find themselves living in an old country manor in England. One day they decide to explore the house, and the youngest comes across this wardrobe. And when she goes into the wardrobe, she finds on the other side a magical world called Narnia. Now, eventually, throughout the story, all 4 children find themselves in Narnia, and they encounter all kinds of magical creatures, including Aslan, who's a talking lion, who helps them to free Narnia from the evil witch who's put a curse on the land. So again, this is one of my favorites. I highly, highly suggest it. You can find this one as well on our Overdrive app for kids on our website. So The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now, the last book I want to share is an American classic. This one is called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and it is by L. Frank Baum. Now, in this story, you will find Dorothy is the main character. She gets caught up in a tornado, and when she lands in the land of Oz, which is this magical place, all kinds of strange creatures in there. She meets up at first in the Munchkin Land. She meets up with the mayor of Munchkin Land, who advises her if she wants to ever get home, she probably needs to go and consult with the wizard who lives in Emerald City. So he sends her on this journey. She goes down the yellow brick road and she meets up with 3 very strange creatures, a scarecrow, a wood tinsman, and a talking lion who's very cowardly. All three of them decide to join her on the journey, and they go down the yellow brick road and meet up with the wizard. So that's this story here. You may be familiar with the movie that's very popular, but I will tell you the story. If you read the story, you will find that Dorothy and her companions have lots more adventures than they actually show in the movie. A few differences in there as well. So check this one out. This one you can read on Tumble Book Cloud, which is an app that you can get on our website. What's nice about getting books there is you don't have any kind of wait time and you can read them straight off of your computer. Tumble Book app also has a lot of other fantasy books. So if you're interested in that genre, you can find some other really good ones there as well. Now, all of these books I mentioned were classical books, and when you are a classic book, that just means that that people love to read you. These books were written a long time ago. This one, I think I mentioned 1900 was when this one was read, but people still love to read this book. And classic books usually inspire people. They inspire people to make movies about them, TV shows. There's been plays and theater productions made about all of these books. This book actually has inspired Universal Studios to make a whole theme park section. So again, these books are all great for inspiration. This book inspired me this week, and I developed a special activity for you guys based on this one. I'm going to tell you about it in just a minute, so just hold on for a second, all right? I'll be right back.
Okay, friends, here is your activity for this week. I want to invite you to join me in the land of Oz. If you click on the link that's below this video, you will be taken into a virtual escape room. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to escape from the land of Oz. Make sure you use your imagination, your brains, your heart, and your courage, and have fun. And then don't forget to let me know if you were able to escape.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us for Book Nook this week. We hope that you enjoyed it and are inspired to read some fantasy books. Make sure you share with us what you're reading. We can't wait to find out. Let me know if you were able to escape the land of Oz. You can do that by going onto our Facebook page or Instagram and just letting us know by tagging us. Make sure you get your parents' permission and don't include any identifying information. We hope to see you next week when we're going to talk all about poetry. Have a great day and happy reading, everyone.